You're listening to Glitter Joyride, a Substack podcast by Poverty Moray. I sent this out earlier this week as an email, and then I thought it would be nice for folks who wanted to listen to it. So my apologies if you're getting this for the second time. I threw his boots into the snow. What if hating your partner is a sign that you still care? What does it mean if you feel contempt in your relationship? And just wanting to let you know, I'll share a new free resource at the end of this. The link will be in the show notes. In my RLT training, I recently heard the phrase normal marital hatred. And when I heard that, I thought, yep, I know that feeling. I have written elsewhere about my 2 marriages, but in the story I'm going to tell you, I'm 29. I've been married for 4 years. We have a small home that we've built together, and it's a shoes off house. There are 2 steps leading up to the front door of the house, and my then husband has a habit of leaving his shoes in the middle of the steps, so that I either have to move them or step over them. This day, I arrive home first from work. I've had it. My students were a pain in the butt. My lessons didn't work. My boss was micromanaging, and I just wanted to come home and have a nice dinner and chill. And so I'm entering the house, and as usual, his boots are in the way. But in my urgency to enter, I don't see them. I trip and I fall through the threshold. And a swoosh of rage rushes through me. Why can't he put his fucking shoes on the fucking shoe rack that is right next to the fucking door? And instead of responding as an adult, I react from my adaptive child. I pick up his boots and throw them into the snow-covered yard in 2 different directions. And after, I'm standing in my kitchen fuming. What an inconsiderate asshole. He doesn't think of anyone else but himself. He's selfish. He's entitled. What I didn't know at that time is that I was stewing in my core negative image of my partner. I remember thinking, this must be marriage then. You just hate your partner and you keep going. I know, it's sad, right? But at the time, it seemed clear that this was just the trajectory of relationships. And truly, the married people I knew all seemed to hate their partners, even if just a little bit. My then husband came home, puzzled and annoyed that I'd thrown his boots in the yard. He didn't stop leaving them on the steps, and I didn't have the tools to explain what I needed, which was consideration, and what I was asking for, please put them on the shoe rack. And so the contempt trajectory continued until it reached its obvious conclusion: divorce. So fast forward 25 years, my current partner and I were going through a challenging season. When I started to feel contempt, my lips would turn down. I didn't want to look at him. I felt gross inside. And something in me went, uh-oh, oh no, because I recognized the feelings. So I got quiet and I sought what was beneath that feeling. And what I found really surprised me. I had a deep yearning for mutual cherishing. I yearned to cherish and to be cherished. There was this ache, like something had gone missing from the place it had always been, like that empty socket of that tooth that was pulled, that's healed, that your tongue still worries. The goodwill and warm, positive regard I had felt for years for my partner was just gone. Where was my love for my partner? I couldn't feel it. I felt grief and deep concern. But this time, instead of just accepting contempt as a normal phase of a relationship, I challenged myself. Maybe this was a warning sign, not something to wait out. The huge problem with contempt and resentment is that you are the one holding them. The poison is in you, right? It's slowly eroding the love and care you used to have. And to be honest, those things are fairly come by. You don't start hating your person in a vacuum. There is a backlog of unrepaired wounds. The triggers have really gotten grooved. They are too predictable, and you know too well the path the fight will take. But you are the one living with the unmetabolized pain. It's hurting you and your good life. And I'm just, as I'm writing this, I'm imagining standing on a pulpit preaching about the value of love and relationship. But there is a way back from contempt. And there is. It starts with deciding you love yourself too much to live with it. Surprised? So now what? Well, decisions. Is this relationship salvageable? Will you keep it on, misery intact, or will you leave and take your own bullshit with you even as you escape theirs? When I felt contempt in my current marriage, I knew exactly where that road led. And so I got my ass into therapy with a relational life therapist who could help me clean up what was on my side of the street. Because I'm the one who hurls boots, remember? I have recovered my warm, positive regard for my partner. I do not feel contempt anymore. I work regularly to replace my core negative image of my partner with a better version. And my marriage now feels like the marriage I want to be in. Feeling contempt was the warning sign that made me take action instead of sitting passively and letting things unfold. And so here is the counterintuitive good news. If you hate them, it means you still care. There's still room to do the work. My relational life therapy teacher, Terry Real, says it's possible to live a contempt free life, and I believe him because I'm living it. And so, if any of this landed for you, I made something for you. It's called the Contempt Audit, a self assessment for when you're done pretending you don't hate your partner a little bit. And the link to download it is in the show notes. It's a free PDF guide and audio recording if you're sitting with feelings that you have not quite named.